Hey everybody, and welcome back. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how can you actually have an elite level takeaway. But before we get to that, if you really like this video, make sure you hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because it does nothing but help the channel grow. Okay, so what do I mean by an elite level takeaway? A lot of recreational players, they flip this club inside like this, and we've all seen bunch of different, tutorials or lessons on this online of, oh, you got to do this and you got to do this, and you got to do all these things, but nobody's telling you what's really going on, because you can make your takeaway be like this every single time. Or you can say, if you want to do the modern swing, you can make your takeaway like that every time. Or you can bring it this way every time. Or you can bring it up and in like Mr. Hogan did. It's really up to you, okay? So what do I mean by this? Most people, the reason that they, flip this club inside is because they're taking the club away with their hands. And then what happened, and you're gonna be like, of course you are, Chris, you're using your hands, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't have to do with that. It absolutely doesn't. See, because when you start taking this club away and you're moving your hands, one of your hands is going to dominate what's going on. Okay? So then, if my hands are dominating this, look how I get this club inside too soon. Now we know that if we make a good takeaway, see how that club is coming inside, especially for what we're learning on this channel with Mr. Hogan. But let's say we're doing the modern swing. Here, there's the, they talk about keeping the club head matched up with the spine, and then they pick it up and get way up here. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. But you have to get the takeaway right, and I'm going to show you the secret. It is so simple that you're just going to go, oh my God, I can't believe nobody's ever said this before. Think about this. We've all seen that little, or heard that little, kids' nursery rhyme, whatever. The shoulder is connected to the elbow, and the elbow is connected to the wrist, and the wrist is connected to the hands. Right. So we have to start taking this club away, which feels like is happening with the lead wrist. Okay? So watch what happens. I'm not going to get my hands involved here. I'm going to feel like I'm taking this club away with the lead wrist. And Allah, look at this position. Here is the caddy drag by Mr. Hogan, because I haven't done anything with this wrist. Now you guys have seen me talking about how to roll the club down. So when that's happening, the wrist is predominantly doing this, and then the hand's gonna, follow and get to that cup position that Mr. Hogan got to. But for everybody else, even if they're just trying to play golf and they go like this, they're gonna be in this caddy drag by Mr. Hogan. But I didn't try to go like this. I didn't try to hold on and go like this. I'm just right here. I'll put my right hand behind my back, and I'm going to move that club away with my wrist. There you go. Point blank. Simple as pie. So again, from this angle, I'll put my right hand behind my back, and if I take it away with my hand, I can flip this club inside. If I take it away with my wrist, guess what I just calmed down? The hand movement. So all of a sudden it's like, take it away with the wrist. Now from here, like we know, we're going to be following the orbit of the elbow. The wrist will set right there. There's our cup. Now we work around our body. We've got this nice connection up top. Or in the modern swing, take it away with the wrist. Get it to your here. Work up over that shoulder, and then come down. But it doesn't matter how you're swinging. You have to start taking the club away with your lead wrist. It's that simple. Everybody can do this. But when you get your hands to move this club away, number one, I'm going to lose the ability to set the angle to get the club to the top of the backswing after the takeaway is completed. Or I flip this thing so inside that it just causes a disaster. But if we can learn, it is our wrist that are taking this away. It is not our fingers. It is not our hands. It is our wrist, point blank. And if you can feel with both wrists. Just, simple. Because now what have you done? You have taken the out of the equation, because you're not doing it with your hands. You're not doing it with your fingers. You're doing it with your wrist. You're doing it. Even if we go this way and say, let's do the modern swing and go down the line, look at this. That club head is matched up the way they teach it to the spine. But if we do it our way, we're here. Now once we start making the angle change from the takeaway to get the club set, or the rerouting of the club, if you will, we get in this position with the cupped wrist. The modern swing is going to get here, and then they're going to pick it up to get up here. But it doesn't matter. What matters, and again, guys, this channel is all about Hogan, so it does matter, okay? Because there's a certain pattern that Mr. Hogan followed that nobody else did. But if, hey, you want to be doing the modern swing and all that, just make sure, whether you're doing it the way I teach, the way Hogan did, or if you're practicing the fundamentals of the modern teachings, you have this first move of the hand movement is done with the wrist. It's done with the wrist. And when I do this, and I mean, you'll see it as plain as day. Let me get set up like Hogan. There's my trigger. Oh my goodness, there's the caddy drag. But I didn't try to drag this club. I didn't try to do this. I'm just saying, take my wrist, move the club away. A perfect caddy drag. Guys, give it a shot, because when you learn to take the club away with your wrist is when you are going to start getting the first piece of truly controlling the golf club and the golf head. So hopefully this helped. Remember, help the channel grow, guys. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that stuff. Hit the notification bells. All that stuff's going to help the channel grow. All right, we'll see you in the next video.